beautiful day to do just about anything outside.
Just about anything, except for waiting for a locksmith to come and get you out of your locked car. And it happens so easy, just show them.
Yeah, it happens too. So you're getting home and you're getting the groceries out and you get the stuff out, you lay the keys on the back seat, close the door, and you've locked the keys in the car.
Yeah, it happens. In fact, it happens to a lot of you. In fact, AAA says that they took 4 million calls from motorists last year, all locked out of their cars. In the last few years, they've seen the numbers go steadily up by about 500,000. Consumer Reports takes a look at who you should call, and there's even an app that can help you unlock your car.
Being in a hurry is one of the most common reasons car keys end up in the wrong place at the wrong time.
In a panic, in a rush, not wanting to be late, lock my keys in the car.
My car was running and I locked the doors by mistake.
Don't panic. Many gas stations can help, as owner Alex Fernandez does, inflating a balloon, then slipping a long hook into the door to unlock it. He has a good record of rescuing keys.
99% of the time we can.
But what if you're locked out with no gas station nearby? First, think about your safety.
If you think you're in danger, call 911. The police may be able to unlock your car door themselves, or they will find someone who will.
If you're in a safe spot, take advantage of AAA or any free roadside assistance program you may have.
You can call a towing service, but make sure that they have the right equipment to unlock your car. And keep in mind that you'll probably have to pay for it yourself.
It cost me $125 and about an hour and a half late for work.
Consider these higher tech solutions. A keypad with a code comes on some models of Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury. Then there are lockout services like GM's OnStar that cost around $200 a year. You call an 800 number and a technician clicks open the door. There are also apps that let you open the car with your phone. Of course, that won't work if the phone is in the car with the keys.
And a quick side note about calling police to get to unlock your car for free. I talked to Greensboro Police today and they said they just don't do that service anymore. And here's why. They say they were using Slim Jims to open people's cars, right? And so it would go down here and it would go down into the car door. And there are so many cars now that have airbags in the car door panel that they were causing damage. And so therefore they just don't offer that service any longer. All right, 2 Wants to Know called around to see what the going rate was for a locksmith to get your keys out of your car. So this is what we found when we called around, that most of the locksmiths will do an estimated flat fee of between $40 and $50. But I want you to beware because some locksmiths actually upcharge. For example, one of the locksmiths that we called charges $35 for the service call itself and then $65 and up, depending on the tools and the procedures used. That sounds like a lot of sketchy upcharging to me. Something else to keep in mind, if you call after 9 o'clock, you're probably going to be charged an extra fee. So calling after 9 p.m., they usually charge an extra $10 an hour. So do the math real quick, right? You call at 8 o'clock at night, you're going to be charged $40 for getting your keys out. You call at midnight and you're looking at an $80 charge. All right, I can guarantee you your car's wheels look pretty similar to this one right here, but now Goodyear is reinventing the wheel, or should I say reinventing the tire, for self-driving cars. I want you to take a look. The Concept Eagle 360 tire is the shape of a sphere that would connect to the car using magnetic levitation instead of axles. The tire can move in any direction, allowing the car to move sideways into a parking spot instead of parallel parking. Goodyear says potholes would no longer ruin your suspension since your car would essentially float above the tires. All right, Goodyear also envisions some new tricks embedded with the tires. For example, sensors inside the Eagle 360 would communicate weather conditions to adjust to your car's traction control system. This all sounds crazy, doesn't it? Goodyear acknowledged that the Eagle 360 tires are indeed a far-off future concept. A sale, I gotta tell you, just isn't a sale if the product does not live up to its claims.
If you shop online like I do, you probably live and breathe user reviews. The problem, not only are a huge percentage of those reviews fake, but a lot of companies are giving out freebies to get reviews written, and it's a disgusting world of deals if you don't play your cards carefully.
2 Wants to Know answers 2 more car-related questions. Can you make an insurance claim if you hit your spouse's car in your driveway? And if you back up and hit your garage door, is it a car insurance claim or a homeowner's claim? We're going to answer both of those questions coming up in the next 15 minutes. So whether you're looking up a new restaurant or making a big purchase, online reviews are one of the first places that most of us check. But last summer, a Harvard study found that 16% of these kinds of reviews are just simply bogus. The FTC is trying to crack down on fake reviews, and both Amazon and Yelp have really sued over these fake reviews as well. So still, fake review writers, they're getting better. They're getting sneakier. Today, Money Man Matt Granite shows us a site that spots the fakes.
Great to be with you alongside one of the coolest free apps and websites I have ever used. If you shop online like I do, you probably live and breathe user reviews. The problem, not only are a huge percentage of those reviews fake, but a lot of companies are giving out freebies to get reviews written, and it's a disgusting world of deals if you don't play your cards carefully. Take a look. I screen through everything I can, and one of the favorite free websites I use to analyze reviews is called fakespot.com. Simply paste the link to the product or review for virtually any website where you need the analysis made, and in a matter of seconds, you get an opinion. So for example, on this surveillance camera system, FakeSpot has determined that 60% of the reviews tied to this product are most likely fake. They've detected low quality reviews where on these laces, they gave it a thumbs up and detected legit reviews on the spot. Now, if you need to detect anything for your next deal, fakespot.com, a great resource to have. Back to you.
In the past, Who Wants to Know has highlighted other ways to tell a difference of a legit review and a fake one. All you got to do is head to WFNYnews2.com, click the Who Wants to Know tab to check them out. All right, what I want to show you is a classic situation right here. This is your car, right? And this is your spouse's car. Oh, and look at how close you are. Yeah, you hit each other. Okay, in some states, insurance does not cover claims when family members hit each other on the same property. Thankfully, North Carolina is not that way. But in North Carolina, your liability insurance does not come into play. Your collision insurance does. Collision coverage pays to repair your own car in the event of an accident. Something, though, to keep in mind. When I talked to Christopher Cook from Alliance Insurance the other day, he says most people have a collision deductible, right, to take care of what's going on right here, and you would have to pay that deductible not just on your spouse's car, but on your car too, which means that's an extra charge, people.
And I'm WFNY News News Patrick Wright in the nation's capital for day 2 of the men's ACC tournament. Clemson and Georgia Tech behind me here getting ready for another round of action later tonight. But the championship, you know, still a few days away. But for the second straight year, it'll be played on Saturday night. ACC fans will remember pretty well the game's been played on Sunday afternoons for several years up until last season. But, you know, the Saturday finale actually goes back to the beginning of the tournament. The 1981 championship was the last time the tournament played a Saturday night game. So Commissioner John Swofford decided that it was time to get it back to its roots on Saturday night to get more of a primetime feel and to put more eyeballs on the big game. We'll have more Who Wants to Know coming up after the break.
You're watching Who Wants to Know at 5:30.
You know, it's just routine. You do it every single morning. You get in the car, you start the car, you put it in reverse, and then you know what happens? Oh yeah, you forgot to put up the garage door and you hit the garage door. All right, well then, which way do you make the claim? Is it an auto insurance claim? Is it a homeowner's claim? Maybe it's both? Well, let's take a look and see what the insurance companies say. According to insurance.com, you can't consolidate the claims. If you want to be paid out for your car damage and your garage door damage, well then you need to make 2 claims. We find that there is an upside though, that you could save a little bit of money if you get your car and your homeowners from the very same company. There is a chance that you will only have to pay the deductible for one of those policies. You know what? It seems like these signs right here are popping up on every corner in your neighborhood, and the candidates are popping up in every corner of our state. Campaign 2016 is hitting North Carolina hard before primary Tuesday. Donald Trump is back for round 2. This time he's speaking in Fayetteville. While we wait for Trump to take the stage, 2 Wants to Know's Ben Briscoe has been fact-checking his main rival. Ben.
Yesterday I was at Ted Cruz's rally in Raleigh, and boy, did he have a lot to say about Donald Trump.
He was funding the Gang of Eight. He gave $50,000 to 5 of the 8 members of the Gang of Eight.
The Gang of Eight is this group of senators. They tried to pass legislation in 2013 to make the path to citizenship easier for undocumented immigrants. Think about it. That's pretty opposite of what Trump has said in the past. He's declared all undocumented immigrants will have to go back home. So did Trump really give money to the senators behind this bill? Well, 2 Wants to Know pulled through campaign records on opensecret.org. Cruz was telling the truth halfway. You see, Donald Trump did give to 5 of the 8 senators. Records show, though, it was more like 20 grand, not 50. The most money went to Democrat Chuck Schumer from New York with more than 8 grand in donations. And here's the important part. The vast majority of these donations were before the immigration bill. Now, the records also show that Donald Trump gave about $7,000 to Hillary Clinton. We're talking way before the campaign, before she was even Secretary of State, back when she was a senator. Of course, 2 Wants to Know will also fact check what Donald Trump has to say here tonight. Don't miss that by following my Facebook page. Just search Ben Briscoe, WFNY.
Well, the weather's so beautiful today, Grant. I've spent most of the newscast outside. I even ate lunch in your weather garden today.
You are welcome to eat back here
and
anytime
I appreciate
you
that.
want.
Thank you.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I was jealous of you.
It was beautiful. And quiet, by the way.
Any time that I saw somebody outside and I wasn't outside, you better believe that I was jealous. Look at these numbers, though, Tanya, as we go through the next 4 to 5 days. Temperatures staying in the 70s, though. I will mention this, and we'll talk more about this at 6, but the chance of rain will be returning as we go into the weekend. But we are at 75 today, 77 degrees tomorrow afternoon. If you didn't eat lunch outside like Tanya today, you got another day to do it tomorrow. Even Friday, probably not going to be too bad. But into the weekend, still warm, but we'll have to keep an eye on that radar for some scattered showers rolling through. Heck, if you didn't eat lunch outside, you can eat dinner outside, right? Temperatures are still in the mid-70s across the Triad, 70 degrees now in Wilkesboro. Even the mountains enjoying temperatures unseasonably warm there in the low and middle 60s. We're only dropping down to 55 degrees tonight. Our average high temperature is 59 degrees, so our low only 4 degrees off of our average high temperature for this time of the year. Mostly clear skies out there, maybe some patchy fog developing late, but a nice Thursday for you. Just some morning low cloud covering some fog, but I think as we make our way into the afternoon, becoming partly cloudy with high temperatures once again right there in the middle 70s. So a really nice looking day across the area today and tomorrow. But I gotta tell you, you know, this isn't quite weather related, but it's close enough, and it's one of the coolest things that's happening across really the northern hemisphere right now. Tanya, there was this total lunar eclipse in southeastern Asia today.
Yeah, and you know what? I heard when that happens, the temperature drops like 5 degrees and the birds go silent, and that is just creepy, but it's cool, right?
Yeah.
So we get to see this next year.
Well, I think it's actually in 2 years. It's going to be in 2017, August 21st of 2017. So a couple years to go, but really cool to see when it happens.
Yeah, all right, so we have a little while until we see the total solar eclipse. This eclipse lasted for about, 4 minutes in some places around today. NASA scientists were on the ground and used the opportunity to study the sun's atmosphere and solar storms, which affect planets.
But they can also impact our technology, satellites, GPS, and even be harmful to astronauts in space. So it's really critical that we understand the corona, which is where all this action is happening.
Well, this video was taken on board an Alaska Airlines flight to Hawaii. The airline adjusted the flight plan so that passengers could take in the sight. That's pretty cool.
It's very cool. Well, this is a story that will bring you to tears. A triad mom was getting her nails done when she found out her 13-year-old son is getting the heart transplant he desperately needs. Unfortunately, we don't have that for you. That's why you have to tune in at 6. Well, the wait is over. Tonight, Al J is getting his new heart. You have to see the story at 6.
Okay, which phone's ringing? Well, 10,000 phone calls in just one day. That is a lot even for 500 lawyers to handle, but they did it. This year's For All statewide service day broke a record last Friday. At 7 call centers around the state, 532 lawyers that volunteered to provide free legal information to 10,136 of you. It set a record for both volunteers and calls. The Raleigh call center had the most calls, about 4,000, followed by Greensboro at 1,500 and Charlotte at 1,300. Now, this was the 9th year of For All Service Day, which was started by a Greensboro lawyer back in 2008. WFMY News 2 has partnered with the North Carolina Bar Association for many years to bring For All Service Day to the Triad. All right, if you have a technology question for Apple, no need to make an appointment at Apple's Genius Bar any longer. Apple has set up a customer support account on Twitter. The handle to the tweet and how it all works in just 2 minutes. First, though, 2 Wants to Know is making sure you don't miss any of your favorite shows. Because of the ACC Basketball Championship tonight and tomorrow, Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy airs at its regular time, but on our 2-3 channel, and that's Time Warner Cable Channel 1256. DirecTV, DishNet, AT&T Uverse, they do not carry those subchannels. Survivor is scheduled to air early tomorrow morning on our main channel, starting at 2:05 a.m. Now, you know you need to be safe, right? And set your DVR from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. because the games often run long. If you need help with your MacBook or your iPhone, no need to make an appointment at Apple's Genius Bar. Apple has set up a customer support account on Twitter at Apple-support, can answer questions directly and also offer tricks about Apple products as well. Hey, today 2 Wants to Know has spent much of the newscast outside talking about all things cars. And we've been talking about what you do if you get into a wreck, whether it's with your spouse's car or in your own driveway in a garage, and what do you do if you lock your keys in the car. Now we're going to talk about what you should never say to your insurance company if you get into a wreck or a crash. Let's take a look at the things you should not be saying. Whiplash. Hey, even if you have it, just mentioning the word whiplash can throw up scamming red flags with your insurer. Along the same lines, don't say, "I'm fine." Soft tissue injuries can take time to show. Let your doctor take a look and confirm that you are actually fine before you say it. Sorry is a no-no. Try not to even mention the word. It could imply that you were at fault in some way, shape, or form. And don't agree to being recorded initially when you're telling them the story of what happened with the crash. And you don't want to offer this until you're ready. Drivers are allowed to refuse to have initial statements recorded. Make sure you know exactly what you want to say before you agree to be recorded. We're just hanging out here in the weather garden.
You had a long newscast. You need a break.
Yes, I had a long newscast. I need a break, and in the weather garden because, you know, you should.
Yeah, it's nice outside.
And I sat right here for lunch. I had the water there.
Isn't it nice?
It was fabulous.
You know, even in some of your shots earlier, and you can hear it now, some birds chirping. It's really nice.
I know, it's relaxing.
Do we have to do 6?
Nah, somebody else can do it.
We'll let Frank and Julie handle it. I have to do this first, though, real quick. And then we'll let them take it over. Temperatures today were in the mid-70s. A beautiful day across the Triad. I think it's another nice day tomorrow. High pressure stays in control. Rain out to the west. That